Assalamu alaikum. Suleiman Rahim here. Welcome. Let's slay some demons. Sisters and brothers, we are at war. War was declared on us about 500 years ago. But we've been at war for 50,000 years. We've been primarily in a defensive mode. But now it's time to strike back. Now it's time to go on the offensive. The war started last month, May. As I pointed out to you, there'd be a 6-month lull, then the war would start. That war they had a week or so ago was just the opening shots. It's going to move into the next phase very shortly. As scriptures tell us, no one knows the day and the hour exactly, but Farad Muhammad himself. But I can tell you with extreme confidence that America will be at war in the Middle East before summer's over. I will go further than that and say this month, the month of June. But most definitely before the summer's over. But I think it's going to be much sooner than later. I have reason for saying that. But even if I knew exactly, I couldn't say. I wouldn't say. Because as I said, if the master knew what hour his house was going to be broken into, he would prevent it from happening. And America's house is about to be broken into. Because the gold and the silver he's been hoarding is getting ready to be taken away from him, his wealth. As it says, Exodus, he'd be plundered, right? By that. When his wealth is lost. Because we are his wealth. And most of you don't understand that. But they understand it. So, we're going to talk about the battle for the planet. Now, there's 4 specific phases to this battle. 4 battlefields, 4 major battles. The one that triggers it and the one that ends it. We're going to talk about that. Brothers and sisters, there is so much to talk about. But I'm primarily focusing on what's happening right now and what is about to happen. People are running scared. People are nervous. You got lying Farrakhan over there, he's waiting, trying to figure out how this is going to turn out so he can make some grandiose statement about how he knew all about it. He doesn't know. He's panicking. Not only is he panicking from that, but he's panicking because he's under pressure from his people as to why he doesn't seem to know anything after they've been supporting him for 42 years. He claimed he's the master prophet, but he didn't see COVID-19, which was very easy. So he had to distort that whole idea. Instead of 1619, 2019, the easy way to explain that, 2020 be the plague to kill the firstborn. No, well, he gonna go back to 1555. Some BS he dreamed up, pulled out his behind. He's in trouble over there. He's got a civil war going on over there. They're keeping it quiet, but it's going on. And we're going to talk about that also. Battle for the planet. My people are lost because of lack of knowledge, because they're out of touch with the time. They understand the times. Jesus talked about that. Not understand the times. See? We don't understand the time, that means you're lost in time. And we're time travelers. If you don't understand that, you don't understand anything. We're all time travelers. Right? Every instant is a step further into the future. And that future is determined by what you do right now, what you have done in the past. That's what your future is going to be determined. Your future, your present right now is determined by what you did in the past. Your future will be determined by what you do right now. You're creating your future. You're creating your future. But if you're behind time and you slow in time, then your future is dependent upon those who are ahead of you. What do I mean by that? I'm creating a future. I'm building a housing complex. See? So you live in a housing complex. But you don't understand that I'm building a new complex, so I'm going to demolish the old complex. So you building your future based on not that lack of knowledge. So you furnish your apartment, you're doing all these things, right? Painting your apartment, whatever you're doing. But I'm ahead of you. I'm getting ready to demolish that entire project. And you out of time, so you don't understand that. So therefore, you're still there when I demolish it. And all that you was doing, right, was lost. Because you was out of time. You was creating time, right, that was dependent upon the time I was creating, because I was ahead of you. So in other words, I had given time form, and you had to deal with the time I had already formed. See? Because here I am, I'm forming time out of nothing. Because I'm creating time. But you are creating time, right, based on the time I've already created. So you backwards in time. So like I said, so here I am, I'm about to demolish this housing complex where you in the process of beautifying it and everything else. So everything you did was lost. That's what happens to disbelievers. See, because their efforts, as the Quran says, their efforts are in vain. Their efforts are in vain. So if America is going to be destroyed, and you're still here at time's destruction, then all your efforts will burn up with that because you were out of time, because you were a disbeliever, and the people that was creating time was warning you that we're creating time, but you didn't pay attention, so you stayed backwards in your frame, your time frame, and so then you was destroyed because you was lost in time. Hope you understand that concept. It's very simple, but they can be very complicated. Depends on your mind. If you had a weak mind, it's probably very complicated for you. See? But that's what's happening. And that's what happens to disbelievers, because they're always out of sync with time. And the believers are those who are creating time. So they, as a result of creating time, they move forward in time. And the reality is what they're making it. So they're making a new reality. They're making all things new. They're making a kingdom that will last forever. While you working on a kingdom that's doomed for failure. This kingdom is about to be destroyed. and you're trying to build it. They're all on TV. Oh, we got to work. We got to work together. We got to help America. You understand? We got to make America work. We got to make America great again. See, that's the thought. But the people that's creating time ahead of them is wiping all that out. So all that's going to be in vain. It's going to be all lost. So you worrying about all this little petty stuff going around you and everything like that, instead of understanding how time works, having thorough knowledge yourself, so you're in the process of creating time, moving forward in time, instead of letting somebody hold you back with all kinds of BS, and then you a time anchor. Oh, well, Quran's the last book. See, trying to hold on to Prophet Muhammad's kingdom, trying to hold on to Elijah Muhammad's kingdom. Those kingdoms in the past. It's time for Master Prophet Muhammad's kingdom and Suleiman's kingdom. See, because they work together, as the angel tells you. Angel is the last book, not the final book, the last book of this situation, because that's the book that gets us into the hereafter. See, it's the book that creates the hereafter. See, what I mean by me create the hereafter. In other words, hereafter they're destroyed. I mean the paradise and everything. No, it's not create that. It's hereafter this world is gone. It's created because it's the one that's bringing this world to a halt. That's why it's hereafter. Hereafter this world is destroyed. And the angel is doing that. That's why it says that when he opened the first seal, this happened. Open the second seal, this happened. It didn't happen until he opened the seals. So he's bringing about the destruction, because it said the Son would bring about the destruction of all these things and bring all the nations under his heel, and then he would return all to his Father. So Suleiman is given the power, right, to crush. That's why Elijah Muhammad crushed it, but I'm not going. He attributed that to Master Prophet Muhammad. See, that's Elijah Muhammad's thinking, but he had not broke the seals. And nobody's taking anything away from Elijah Muhammad. He did what he's supposed to do, and I'm 100% pleased with what he did. He had a terrible job to do, but we have an even harder job to do. Because he was up against the United States of America. We up against the United States of America, the entire world. See? But the angel is the book that will bring us to the hereafter. See, in other words, hereafter the destruction of this world. And then we'll move into, then we'll get a new book, right, to make all things new. See? We get that from Master Prophet Muhammad. Make all things new. See? He's already proved he's a master technician. Right? He's got that will there. Just think of the technology, right? And technology has access to, because we put so many things off planet where they couldn't get to, but he can get to it. We didn't throw away all our knowledge and technology and everything. We didn't throw all that away. We hid it, as the Quran tells you, destroying gods to keep them from getting anywhere near it. But the angel is the book that's going to get us there. And those that on the angel, they're creating time because they learn how to create time properly, in time, on time. See, if you're dealing with the sealed Bible, then you're creating time out of time, slow. You're behind time. See, because that book, right, once you get to unlock it, then you move forward in time much faster, quicker, create time, but that is still behind time. Because it's creating the time that the sealed Bible gives you, right, isn't sufficient to deal with these wars and everything that's about to happen. Because they don't know about them. They know there's going to be a war of Armageddon, but they have no idea when it's going to be, who's going to be the players. They have no idea about these things. So we're going to talk about some of these things today. And I just want to repeat this because I talked about this yesterday. The Angel is the book for this time. Is the book for this time. Check something here right quick. It was sealed, protected. That's why it was sealed. Allah will perfect his light. It was sealed and protected from being corrupt. Because if something's sealed, you can't corrupt it unless you break the seals first. So it was sealed until Suleiman could break the seals. No one was able to do it but him. No one, not even the God, was able to do it. Only he was able to do it. It says, no one in heavens or the earth, under the earth. So God's in one of those places, right? Let's say the book is a lie. He's the only one able to do it. That means he's wiser than the God? No. But we got two sides of brains working. We got the analytical side and the spatial side. See? Master Muhammad's an analytical God. Suleiman's spatial. See, we're all gods. He's a spatial God. He's an analytical God. See? So he's primarily dealing with spiritual warfare. Master Muhammad dealing with physical warfare. Now I understand how the wheel works. I can't build it. He understands how the engine works. He couldn't break the seals. So, anyway, so that's the book for this time. Because these people tell you, oh, well, Allah sends someone when every time there's a critical period of time, right? And send the guide the people, warn the people. Yet, the most critical time in history, which both the Bible and the Quran admits to, references, agrees with. The most critical time in history, yet there's no guidance and no one to guide them. There's no prophet or messenger for that period of time, and there's no specific guide for that period of time. Because the Quran doesn't tell us what to do this period of time, talks about things, but it doesn't tell you what to do, does it? Nor does the sealed Bible. It doesn't tell you. Because they don't know. They don't even know they don't even know what time period we are in right now. They're still confused about that. So we're supposed to be, in this period of time, we're supposed to be totally devoid of leadership, totally devoid of a light to guide us. That's what they would have you believe. See? Then the Christians, well, no, when Jesus will come in during that time. Well, they're right about that, but would they recognize Jesus if he came? Would these so-called Christians recognize Jesus if he showed up? They still show in this movie Jesus being white and all that kind of stuff. Impossible. I'm not even going to that. They didn't address that nonsense. But would you recognize him? And if Jesus showed up talking like he was talking in America, he'd be arrested. This wokeism and everything, he'd be arrested. He'd be arrested for anti-Semitism, he'd be arrested for homophobia, right? Sedition. He'd be arrested for all of that. The one they tell you about, if he came doing like they said he would do, if he showed up, because you don't really believe in Jesus. That one, you believe in Satan, because if he talked like that, you wouldn't listen to him, because you're not listening to him now. Because if he talked like that, oh, he's a homophobe. He's a racist. He would be more welcome in Saudi Arabia than he would be in New York City. You don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. But you hate the way they do things in Saudi Arabia, but he'd be more comfortable there. He would be in New York City because he'd be arrested. He'd be spit on. He'd be cursed at if he showed up here in America. But you say you love Jesus. No, you don't, because you don't love the works of Jesus, because you already turned away from him. You claim you do. No, you don't. See? So anyway, pi represents circle, full circle, completion. And that's what the angel represents, because that tells you it's 22 chapters divided by 7 seals. Completion. It's the completion. It's the book that completes this cycle. There's 2 critical parts of the universe: the beginning of the expansion and the beginning of the contraction. Now we're at the beginning of contraction, right? We're dealing with the same level as the first God dealt with. He was one, but there's many of us at this point, right? But we got the same type of opposition. It's just a different quality, but it's just as complicated. It's just as powerful. He dealt with a physical darkness. We deal with a spiritual darkness. He said we're not fighting against flesh and blood, but spiritual darkness is high places, evil men. See, the spiritual darkness is profound. There's never been as much darkness as there are right now. And once you see it, then you say, once you step out of it, you can't believe it. What these people believe in this stuff. And it's like, it doesn't make it, it's like, is everyone insane? All these religions. If religion is right, then only one of them could be right, correct? Maybe none of them are right, but say only one could be right. So if one is right, and you say you got 4 major ones, and 3/4 of the world is totally insane because they believe in stuff that don't make no sense whatever, and they live a whole life based on that. The whole life is predicated on stuff that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and they go into life like that, their whole life. That's their level of thinking. 3/4 of the planet. That's assuming one of those religions are right. But none of them are right, because none of them can produce anything. Show me anything produced by any one of those religions. Yet we got a reality. We see in reality things have to be produced. You have to have food, you have clothing, you have to have air, all these things, and all based on mathematics, every one of them. That's reality. You got to eat, you got to go to the bathroom, you got all these different things, you got to reproduce. All this is real. None of it is invisible. None of it is powered by prayer, anything else. But yet still, the reality that you take, the reality that your mind is based on, has nothing to do with mathematics or what's real. Why do you call it real reality? Real. Has nothing to do with it. So how does that make any sense? When everything around you, your processes, everything around you, equipment, everything is mathematics, everything. But yet still, your mind is not mathematics. You don't think mathematically. You couldn't. Because if you got a religion, because your religion is the way you view reality. So you view reality in insane mode. You view reality with illusion. Because that's what religion is, how you view reality. So why is that not consistent with reality that is? As Elijah Muhammad said, Islam is mathematics and mathematics is Islam. So he's bringing your mind back to reality. See, because it was separated from you 35,000 years ago, the first religion, Buddhism, that separated the creator from the creation. And now the whole world is in total darkness. Because they believe what they believe, remember, what your religion is your whole mindset. It's what drives you, you know. It's how you make your decisions and things, how you deal with everybody. And all that's based on BS. No mathematics, no reason, no logic. No reason, no logic. That means at the core of your mind, there's no reason, there's no logic to what you're doing. None. Why you think the world's all messed up? Everybody's fighting, all this stuff going on. Because there's no reason and logic does not govern it. Even the so-called democracy, reason and logic does not govern that. It's people's emotions govern it. So in other words, if you know what's right, that's not what matters. What matters is what the majority thinks. They could be totally insane, but if it's more of them than you have to go along with them, even though you know they are totally insane, have no idea what they're talking about. So democracy is not based on reason and rationale. It's based on the same thing, illusion. Everything, all this is based on illusion. Capitalism is based on illusion. Makes you think that you can have more than everybody else when everybody has exactly the same amount. All is illusion, total illusion. But they got you locked into it. And so now all the world's in this depression mode because the reality is closing in on you and it's put so much pressure on your mind, now you're depressed. The reality is closing in on you because you can't dismiss the universe. They're trying to with their mechanical, electronic realities. That's what they're definitely trying to build. But reality is closing in on you. The environment is closing on you. That's why you're getting viruses and all these diseases. And, I mean, when you look on TV and you commercials, you was anybody healthy at all in America. I got CPOD. I got a bipolar. I got ABC. I got everything in alphabet. I got XYZ. I got MGY. I got AGB, MGY, and co-PT too. I got all of it. And they wouldn't make those commercials. A lot of people, remember, when they come to these they don't do it if it's only one person got it. Heavy, because they want to make money. So they got to be thousands, 100,000 people that got this condition. Otherwise, why are they going to do the research? Because somebody got one, or this guy, he got 6 toes or 7 toes. They're going to find some cure 7 toes. There's only one person got it. But if you got millions of people got it, they're going to come with some kind of surgery to eliminate that. Because they will make money off of it. So if they tell you these, that means millions of people have these conditions. So you want, is anybody in America healthy, sane? Because they got for everything. I got ABC, I got DFG, I got XYZ. I got XYZ, I got ZXY. Because reality is closing in. Because reality is, see, that's why falsehood is like an illusion. Reality will destroy falsehood. You can talk about all night long, the sun's not coming, the sun's not coming, the sun's not coming up. And you probably get away with it for a few hours. So you get some fool's gonna believe you, but then the sun comes up and that bullshit is gone, it disappears. It says falsehood vanishes in face of truth. That's why America's being lit up now. You're not paying attention to me. You think you're not paying attention, but if you listen, you are paying attention. But the point is, I'm lighting up America myself. And it's getting brighter and brighter every day because the truth is out here now, and they can't fight. They won't debate me. I won't debate anybody anyway because I don't waste time doing that because I don't debate. Because debate means that when 2 people debating, that means one of them or both of them don't know what they're talking about. So why debate if you know the truth? I'm not going to debate with you about what my name is. That means I'm not sure what my name is. Why is it going to be a debate? I tell you. So we don't. So I would agree just for the sake of helping other people. I debate these clowns. They get up and want to talk their stuff. They just show them what the hell they're talking about because they don't. So I've already put the challenge out there. Wesley, all of them. You want to debate me? I'll debate you. Just ground rules. No BS. You got to prove what you say. It can't be come in with no conjecture and stuff. They will never do that. That's why Farrakhan doesn't do Q&A. He never does it. Elijah Muhammad did all the time because he tells you something about, well, we are, God made us all in the womb. Then you say, well, I thought you said God's the man. See, then he's dead. Well, he's the man. How is the woman? You mean he's sleeping with all these women? What about the animals? He making them too? What about crack babies? He was sleep when he made that one? You see, he won't ever do that. I'll do it anytime. Any question you ask me. If I don't know, I just tell you I don't know. Because I'm not going to BS anybody. So, the angel is completion. That's why simple pi 22 divided by 7, right, circle completion. See? But that's what we need right now. So, we're going to talk about some things, right? But these wars that the angel reveals that they have no idea that's coming. Hopefully, we can bring our people up on time the proper time, because when the train leaves, you have to be present and have your ticket. See, you have to be on time and have your ticket, you understand, when the train leaves. Well, if you're back home sleeping or whatever, and the train leaves, then you missed the train. And so it tells your name had to be in the Lamb's Book of Life. Farah is going to deliver us at a certain period of time. So if you're out of time, you miss it. Because we're trying to bring you up to time. Get you up to time, on time, right where we are right now. So you be part of the time creators. Not those back time anchors holding back, trying to hold back time. See, they're more trying to hold back time. They'll say back in the past, we're trying to revive Elijah Muhammad's kingdom. We're trying to revive Prophet Muhammad's kingdom. We're trying to provide, we're trying to recreate, right, Prophet Jesus' kingdom of 2,000 years ago. No, we're at war. They don't know that. So when they're going to find out when a missile falls on their head, I'm trying to get you to understand this timing thing. I mean, somebody might, oh, well, yeah, okay. It's real, do you understand it? Because I don't think you understand the part about the time creators, because they're creating times for you. And then when creating time, it means you changing the conditions. Creating time, it means you changing the reality, because you're creating reality. If you're creating reality, it means you change reality. So if you're not kept up with it, right, then you're a victim of reality. See, there's some people on the dumb side of the dumb barrier, and some people on the other side of the dumb barrier. They've broken the dumb barrier. But the time is changing because it ain't no mystery God creating this time. So you think, oh, we locked into where, oh, well, the scripture said that, we got to fill scripture. That's BS. We create time. All they did was write down what they saw us doing. Because you understand, action and consequence. We're not bound by scripture. All it is they saw what we were doing, they wrote it down. We're not bound by scripture. We're not bound by any, that's Allah's will and that kind of stuff. We're not bound by that because we're the gods. Everybody else is bound by will, but we're not. We're independent. We create as we will. Like I said, Allah does as He will. So we create, and if we create a new reality, right? How are you going to fit in that new reality? So if this new reality means America's got to be burned up to be purified, and you over here, then that's how you fit in that reality, because you didn't catch up. And there's one last mercy that we're doing on this, because that's why you have tribulation. That's why Levites got to go to tribulation, because they didn't do their job for the 42 years. So they got to go and try to pull you up, right, to the current time. Otherwise, you're just going to be lost. That's why it says in Daniel, right? It says, those who know their God, now they know their God, they're going to be struggled through famine and sword and all kinds of things, right, to make white. In other words, to get the people on time, get them straight. See? That's what they got to do. Because if we stood about Mark, Jesus said, no, you got to go back and witness. See, because now you free of demons, but it's your fault that you came plagued by demons to begin with. Because Elijah Muhammad left you demon free. And you let Farrakhan come, the chief demon legion, and BS you, right? Cut your ears off, because that's what happened, right? As fast as Jesus was putting people's ears on, Peter was cutting them off. So you cut your ear off. So now you leave all that BS that didn't make any sense, because you wasn't even, Elijah Muhammad got you in the neutral. Got you out thinking that mystery stuff, but you went back into it because you didn't follow logic and reason. Because if you follow logic and reason, nowhere in the world you would have spent 5 seconds with Farrakhan. I mean, all the signs disemboweled means Allah never did anything like that to a messenger of prophet. Disemboweled. I mean, they say your woman's your heaven, right? So that means he cut off from that. See, his father was the devil. He admits it, but now he's trying to back off from that one. That makes him a demon. How in the hell he's going to be? How hell he's going to be our anointed? The line come down from Yaqub. We should be saying all praise be to Yaqub then. If it's going to be the descendant of Yaqub, his creation, that's now our Messiah. How does that work? Plus, he denies the Abrahamic covenant. He spits on it, says we're not going anywhere. That means, right? What does that mean? That means all our deeds were worthless. All our efforts were worthless. Our sacrifice meant nothing because now we're not going to get reward for it. And the reason why we're not getting reward because we didn't make a sacrifice anyway according to him. Because we're sinful. So we the judge. It was justified, right, for us to be punished. We deserve to be punished because we're sinful. That means the people that punished us, right, they're sinless. They're guiltless because they was just punishing us just like a God punished prisoners. So you don't get mad at God. That's his job. That's what he's hired for. So that means, you see, that reality he's giving you? So now, Master's okay. Master's good. And we're evil. And we don't have no reward. The only way we can get anything, we have to kiss his ass. Got to kiss his foot. And he's not building anything for you. You can't understand any of that? You will in a minute. And those of you who do understand not do anything about it, you got some hard days ahead for you. You got some hard days ahead for you. You preachers out there, you be better off taking right now and impaling yourself. You'd be better off impaling yourself than what's about to come for you. You're gonna when what's come for you, you're gonna wish you had impaled yourself. And so you demons with Farrakhan. And those of you sit up there and you hear this, but you won't get behind it because you're jealous or whatever reason, you've been better off being impaled yourself. Because you will say, man, I wish I had impaled myself. Because what you about to go through, the impaling will be nothing compared to what you about to go through. You better read those scriptures again. It says Allah, severe in requiting evil. Severe. Severe. You know what severe means? I don't mean a slap on the wrist. You ain't never seen anything like it. I'm trying to warn you, brother, because you ain't seen nothing like going on. And the thing is, it's so beautiful. Because I ain't warn you to get money from you. I ain't warn you to control you. I ain't warn you to follow me. I'm just warning you for your own benefit. I ain't asked you for a dime. I'm warning for your own benefit. I ain't asked for a dime. You can't give me a dime if you want to. I ain't telling you what to do. I ain't anybody that's standing with me. I'm not telling them what to do. In fact, I refuse. They try to get me to tell them. I said, no, I won't do it. Because now you're a God. You got to learn to stay on your own now. If I keep telling you what to do, it means how you a God. We got to start thinking on our own. You got to be independent. You got to be yourself. Ask anybody standing with me. So how in the hell can you go wrong? So if you go wrong, you deserve everything you're getting. And you're going to get it. Because you're hurting our brothers and sisters out here that's not getting it, don't understand it yet. Because you're blocking it. Our people are lost for lack of knowledge. All that blood is on your hands. And right now it's too late for many of it because the war has already started. As the Quran said, you see a lot coming in the clouds, right? Decisions already, with the angels, decisions already been made. Most of you, for the Christian preachers, it's too late for you. Too late because the war already started. We don't hear from you. You don't come in, oh no, it's too late now. See? Time is running out for a lot of the rest of you. I'm not going to say anymore. See? Because you don't need to hear anymore about that. Because you've been told. I'm not wasting the time to babysit you anymore. The war started. It says the day of their wrath has come. Who will be able to stand? Wrath, the wrath of God. You have no idea what that means. You have no idea what that means. But you're going to find out. You thought the wrath of the devil was something? You're afraid of him. And you see there, the devils are running for cover when God starts roaring. See, the wolf, oh, he's howling, right? But you scream, oh man, damn, that wolf is howling, right? Then lion starts, roar, and that wolf disappears. It's the end. Okay, brothers and sisters. So again, 22 divided by 7 is pi, circle, completion. That's why, that's one, I told you, Angel's a mathematical book. It's telling you, it's completion. It's complete. It's got everything. See, it says Suleiman, right, will bring you knowledge and confirm which, before him. That's what all the message prophets always confirm was before him. I confirm everything Elijah Muhammad said, everything Master Prophet Muhammad said. So what's your issue? What is your issue? What is your issue? Tell me what your issue is. If you told what to do, I'm not telling what to do. Okay. Give me I ask for money. I can't ask for money, he didn't do anything with it. Just buying those pretty little dresses he wear and $500 glasses and carrying on. So what's your issue? Am I turning you away from Elijah Muhammad? Nope. Am I turning from Master Prophet Muhammad? Nope. I'm turning you to God. He's giving me go to action. I'm telling Elijah Muhammad is messenger. I ain't telling you to follow me. You can't, you don't even know where I'm at. I haven't asked anyone to follow me anywhere. I'm here to make you a messenger of the covenant, to make you gods, not to make you moons, right? To reflect my knowledge, right? To make you a servant to me, puppets of me, student ministers of me. No, I'm giving you the knowledge. I'm teaching you the angel so you know how to be out there and be a messenger of the covenant yourself. Be independent. I'm teaching you independence. So what is your problem? See? That's what you're going to have to answer. What was your problem? What was he doing? Oh, he was attacking Farrakhan. Exactly. But read the book again. That's the first thing he would do. Suleiman, the first battle would be against the demons. And Farrakhan's chief demon legion. Read Mark. Okay, so the last books, the Angel in the Quran said the Mahdi and Jesus. Both the Quran, that Master Muhammad is a walking, talking, living Quran. Because he understands that Quran. He has the wisdom of it. It says none knows the interpretation and allegorical except those firmly rooted in knowledge and God himself, Allah himself. See? So are you firmly rooted in knowledge? Are the Sunnis firmly rooted in knowledge? Of course not. They don't know, have no idea what it means. But Farad knew exactly what it means, because if you understand the lessons, right, you see come out of the Quran. But you don't understand the Quran like that. You understand allegorical. I mean, you can't understand the simple allegorical, because you can't say what Adam is, you can't say what the jinn are, right? You can't say who the golden calf is, you can't understand even those basic things. But then the angel's completion, that's what Jesus would have, because he says what was his revelation angel? And it was sealed. That means it wasn't revealed back then, it was only revealed to the end. So now he unseals it. Even as soon as he said that much. Okay, brothers and sisters, we're going to start here. It's the first battle. This battle here, the spiritual battle that's going on in America. See? Been going for 30 years. That's Suleiman, his battle for his people here. See? Because he's got to battle this spiritual battle, this false, these religions, right? This belief matrix. See? These illusions, he give your mind back. That's what the whole thing in Mark, right? He had to give your mind back. Same thing in Daniel. The lion that represents us, right? In Daniel, said the wings had to be plucked off, as American Britain, right? And then he's made to stand and give him his mind back. So you lost your mind. That's he's here to give you your mind. And these are enemies of it. These are enemies here to trap you, right? These are enemies here. It's got your mind. So we're not struggling with flesh and blood. We struggle with evil and spiritual darkness in high places, evil men. Spiritual darkness, Christianity. Spiritual darkness. Because you can't find a reality to it. You can't prove any of that stuff in there. None of it. It's just a belief system. So how you know it's true when you can't prove any of it? You say, well, it's religion. There's a lot of religions. So why not one? And even within Christianity, you got a whole bunch of religions. You got Jehovah's Witnesses, you got the Baptists, you got the Methodists, right? You got the Catholics. And they all believe in different things. So if you don't know it's true, then maybe it's not true. If it's not true, then you believe in a lie, but your whole life, your whole reality is predicated on that lie. Then you got the golden calf here. I mean, we've got Christianity that, you know, can't prove. And the point is, who gave it to you? Your enemy gave it to you. And who's promoting it? The demons. Because who's promoting it when you was in the fields? Master's children. He took one of his children, his black-faced children, and gave him the book and told him, teach it to you. And what does it teach you? To be a good slave for master, to love master. No matter how bad master was, you got to love him. That's the sealed Bible. All that stuff is the sealed Bible. See, we say, well, that's bad stuff. Why would God tell you to do that kind of stuff? Because you don't understand even the Bible. You don't understand the Quran. The Quran says Adam was made to make mischief and shed blood. And God said he would give him guidance on how to do that. He said, I will give, if he made him to make mischief and shed blood, that means that's what he tends to do. So that means if you're going to give him guidance, it's going to be guidance to show how to make mischief and shed blood. And what was that? They say, even as soon as they're the people of the book, that's a sealed Bible. It has all that stuff in there. Slavery, murder, rape, all that stuff is in there. Demons, all the stuff is in there. See? But this unsealed Bible dispels all that stuff. So, as I'm saying here, right, these are all the things, the chief demon, he's trying to get you back in Sunni land. See? He's trying to get, he got Scientology, anything. He claims he's representing Elijah Muhammad's teachers. Anybody go research Elijah Muhammad's teaching? No, that's not true. That's why he's got rid of all his archives on NOI.org, right? So you can't go back and research because now the truth is, America's lit up. So now he's trying to hide all the evidence. See? So you got Christianity, right? Our people locked in with that. Then, right, you got false Israel. They're taking your identity. And now you loving the people who's taking your identity. Because you think, right, you think they're Israel when you really are Israel. So now you loving on your enemy and he laughing at you because he know he stole your identity. It's like somebody steals your house and sell it back to you. And you don't realize they sell your house, your own house back to you. And they laughing at you. Look at this fool, he buying his own house back. That's what you're doing. Because false Israel, they took your identity. And so now you worship somebody that took your identity, they laughing at you. They get rich and everything powerful, steal your identity. Then you got the demons again, right? They look like you, walk like you, talk like you, right? But they master's children. They're demons. So these are things Suleiman got to fight against. Spiritual war, Christianity, right? Antichrist, false Israel, right? Sunnism, golden calf. All of them answer you. One stole your identity, one stole your land, and one stole your mind. One stole your mind, one stole your identity, and one stole your land. And now I have to teach you, I have to get you to reclaim that. Because the whole world is in the fog because they stole your identity, right? And so by stealing identity, they think they have rights to your land. You see? So that's why over there trying to take all land they can. So that's what's happening here. One stole your identity, one stole your land, and one stole your mind. And you over here acting a fool, have no idea what's going on. And you're loving the people. Now you're loving the Sunnis, right? They got your land, and you're like, I want to be a Sunni. People care about you. They're over here to make sure you never figure it out. They know who you are. They know what they did to us. They took our land from us. They know it. They over here get you back in Sunnism. Make sure you never understand it. Because Sunnism, you're not the seed of Abraham anymore. You're nothing. You're some Negro that's got the Quran. They know what they're doing. False Israel, same thing. See? Or you can't talk you can't be anti-Semitic, can't do everything. Because they're trying to get you, convince you, right? Because that's why it's set up over there in 1948. Because Elijah Muhammad declared that we were the true seed of Abraham, and they had to destroy that narrative. So they set them up, right? Because if they the true seed of Abraham, we couldn't be to knock that down. And Christianity is just keep you in the fog. So, because that supports all of that stuff. One's got your mind, one's got your identity, and one's got your land. And they're all working overtime to make sure you never snap out by this darkness. Because if you stop out of this dark, you take your identity back. What does that mean? They're nothing anymore. You take your land back, they have no land. Take your mind back, right? That's into Christianity and all that it represents. Because now you're thinking mathematically, and there's no room for mathematics in Christianity, none whatsoever. See? So that's the war. Right now, we're facing right now. That's the war Suleiman's been battling for the last 30 years. That's the war right now. It says the first war, he'll be going against the demons. See? And what is? Farrakhan representing all those things. He said, you ain't going anywhere. That stops the land, right? What do you think Scientology is? What do you think Scientology is? What's the symbol? It's just an upgrade from Catholicism. What you do in Catholicism, right? Catholic Church. Don't you go to confessional? Ain't that what auditing is? Just upgrade. He's giving you all of it. The whole package. But I can guarantee you, this war is just, the light is on, this war, now all is receding. Religion, Christianity is receding. Right? They're about our land, right? Farah's about to take that land back. But the point is Sunnism over here. See? That's receding. Well, they're trying to push, but that's receding. And now black folks waking up. So now they started reclaiming their identity. Because once they accept the Abrahamic covenant, then because that COVID-19 did that, if anybody's awake, because that's the whole thing. 1619, 2019, 40 years, 2020, a plague that would kill the firstborn, which elderly and pass over us. But Black Africa is virtually unaffected. But they tell us we drop like flies is a lie. See? Because they don't want you to see that you're true to Abraham. So in other words, everything's working in our favor. That right there showed that we're true to Abraham. So that kills, right? False Israel. The identity theft. So that's take care of identity theft. You see? Then you start hearing the truth about the angel, that's starting to kill, right? Start thinking mathematics, that's killing Christianity. Because they have to keep you thinking non-mathematically in the belief matrix. You see? And now all that's going over in the Middle East, wars on the horizon. See? So our land is about to be reclaimed. All these things are happening, brothers and sisters, in our favor. The war has already started. It's all happening in our favor, much as you just can't see it yet. But it's going to be totally visible in a minute. Second phase. And these two are going to complete about the same time. See? Because we're at war now. See? We're at war now. But this one, right? This one is the physical war. That's Farad. That's the one that's about to break out. This one where Michael and his angels. This one, Farad, steps up. See? So at that time, Michael, the great prince, will step up, stand up. There's evidence of all over the world now. They can't hide anymore. They say these so-called UFOs all over the place every day. They say every day over the military installations in America, not just America, all over the world. They're military and nuclear installations. Why do you think they're there? They just did sightseeing? No. Because when they pull that nuclear trigger, it's going to be all blanks. That's from Muhammad's on the case. They already show they said these things have neutralized their nuclear facilities. That means their nuclear bombs wouldn't work. So they had the power to do that. Okay? So this is the war that's about to break out in the Middle East. This war and the war with the demons is going to be completed virtually about the same time. The Farrakhan is about to go down. This war is going, in my estimation, it's going to take place this month. But it definitely take place this summer, before the summer's over. But this war, only Master Muhammad knows. It says no one knows but him, not even his son. Angel doesn't realize, if it's in the angel, I can't find it. All I know is that we're in the time period, but the exact moment, so no one knows day and time. That means the specific time. It didn't say you didn't know the season or the month. It just said you didn't know the exact time. Only Master Muhammad knows that. You know, heard a surprise attack. So he's going to war. Michael and his angels. Who's angels? They're the Shia. They're on the attack over there. See? They're under sanctions. Because why? They won't serve false Israel. They won't recognize this right to resist. And that's what 666 is all about. Because remember those could not buy, sell, who would not worship that beast? That's sanctions. I mean, don't you understand any of this stuff? That's sanctions. Who's under sanctions over there? Shia. Right? They're under attack. Why? Because they won't kiss false Israel's ass. Who's putting them under? America. So I give you a little tidbit of 666 situation, chapter 13. So Michael's angels could go to war with the dragon's angels. Who are dragon? The dragon is House of Sod. His angels are false Israel, America, and Britain. It tells you, gives you a little hint there. See, because it said one was pregnant with this one that was going to rule the heavens. I'm going to rule it because it's going to rule with a rod of iron. It's to rule the nation. That's Farad. That's Farad Muhammad. But it said the dragon stood by to devour the child as soon as it was born. That's a big hint there. There's other things that means too, but it's a big hint on this score. Now, where was Farad born at? He was born in the city of Mecca. So it said the dragon stood by to devour violence. That means the dragon had to be in Saudi Arabia too, right? That's a little hint right there. That's House of Sod. And they're allied with them. See, the Quran says, do not take Jews and Christians for friends or you want them. That means they're not even Muslim. Because it says they're allied with them against other Muslims, against the Shia. They're allied with America and Britain and even false Israel. They're the jinn. I'm not going to go into that, but I'm just saying, this is the war. Both of these wars are going to be completed virtually at the same time. The other war's been going for 30 years. Actually, this war in the Middle East has actually been going on for 72 years, since 1948, according to the Angel. But the culmination will be about the same time. You see? Because the two Satans are going down at the same time. Farrakhan's going down. He's the one Satan, the son of perdition, and the false Israel's the other Satan. It says, so, dropping, falling from heaven like a lightning bolt. They're going down at the same time. Which one will be first? I'm not going to tell you which one's first. I know which one's going to be first, but can't give that kind of detail. But it's going to happen very soon. It's in the process happening right now. See? But it says Farah is going to take out, remember, he's David. He's taking out Goliath. Goliath is false Israel. See? Who takes out Legion? Suleiman does. There's two wars. One spiritual, one physical. Read Mark. Jesus took out Legion, separated from the saints, and threw them back to his swine daddies, and they got to fight with each other and destroyed each other. That's the two wars, brothers and sisters. They were inside almost simultaneously. And my calculation, right? Don't take it to the bank, but I'm pretty sure, confident, we're talking about this month. I would be totally, I have total confidence that definitely be before summer's over. But I'm just confident it's going to be this month. I can't tell you why, but again, it's up to Master Muhammad. That's my estimation. I can't tell you the exact date, but I think it's going to be this month. But I'm 100% confident it's going to be before summer's over. Okay, brothers and sisters. Who is Michael? Michael's Father, obviously. He's going to be the one to deliver us, right? They don't know that. You ever hear Farrakhan talk about Michael? No, you don't know. And then once I said that war going to initiate Armageddon, the real full-blown race war. Because they've pissed off all the nations. This is America, and Britain. False Israel is gone. So America's in a panic because their reality has just been destroyed. They got this fake illusion, this fake reality, right? It's like you're out there in the desert, right? And you see a mirage because you're really thirsty. Now you see a mirage take an oasis, right? Mirage takes oasis, and then you go running, and then you go and you start drinking the water, find sand, and man, that'll rupture your mind. They keep talking about the rapture. No, it's not going to be a rapture. It's going to be a rupture. Their mind's about to be ruptured because when false Israel falls, is taken out, that's the whole base of this false reality. Yeah, understand that. That's the basis, that's the foundation of this false reality that they're presenting to you. And they're presenting it because they're trying to keep you diverted, right? Until they can bring in their analytical, mechanical, electronic reality, right? Get rid of this biological reality. That's why I got these nuclear weapons. They plan on going to nuclear war because that's the only way they can survive. They have to take us out. That's what Adam and Eve story is all about. The Adam and Eve story is all about, if you understand it. It's told not to eat knowledge of tree, even the Quran tells us not to eat that tree. Go eat something, you consume it. But the serpent convinced them that no, if you get rid of them, you eat them, then you'll live forever. So that means they have to get rid of us because we the knowledge, the black people in America, right? You got the demons and the saints. They represent the tree of knowledge of good and tree of knowledge of evil. The Muslims knowledge of good and the Christians knowledge of evil. But they attacked them anyway. But once the serpent convinced them, so they take us out, right? Then they can live forever because they have to bring in their mechanical, electronic world, analytical world. Because this spatial world is destroying them. So they have to destroy it first. Because they're at war with it. They're at war with this world. They're at war with this environment. They're at war with this biological creation that we created. They're at war with it. See, they talk about global warming, everything. They're at war with it, bro. Do you understand? They're at war with it. All these diseases and germs and stuff. Those that are attacking them, they don't want to bring that stuff into existence. It's attacking them. Cancers and all that kind of stuff. That's the world, and that's the world of the environment attacking them. It's fighting back. That's why it says the earth had been relieved of its burden. And now the pressures are destroying. That's why so much they almost epidemic depression, opioid, right, drugs, all that kind of stuff, because the pressures the reality, our reality is closing in on them. It's putting so much pressure. So the only way they can do it is they have to destroy our reality and come in with their biological, mechanical reality. That's the only hope. That's what the serpent told them. You got to eat of them, get rid of them, and then eat that tree, right? Consume them, get rid of them, and then you'll live forever. They have to get rid of us, get rid of our ecological system, our biological system, and get rid of us totally, all of us, not just the demons and not just the saints, but demons too, because they want nothing left. Because if they leave one left, that might be enough to bring them back down. So now, after they're taken down and kicked out of the Middle East, kicked out of heaven, and false Israel gone, because remember, false Israel goes, that's the base of reality. You got to understand that, bro and sisters. That's the base of reality. If that goes, the whole reality is destroyed. Totally. What if you're a Christian, you're a lifelong Christian, you go to church, you do all that stuff and everything else, and then you get absolute proof. You wake up one morning, absolute proof that you can't deny it, that was all a lie. What would that do to you? We built the whole world, your church and everything off of that. They built this whole world off of that lie. All this stuff, right? Off of false Israel is the seed of Abraham. That's why all those wars, look how much America, the whole world's been influenced by all that stuff going in the Middle East. Why? Because false Israel, they think it's the seed of Abraham. And God's blessing them, and God's behind them. The whole world is circling around, is based on that idea. And if that idea fails, it takes the reality, that false reality, it destroys it, right? And if it destroys, that's their mind is based, it destroys their mind at the same time. That's what hearts will be failing, and the hearts will be failing in fear of the things they see coming. Not so if they see they're failing because of things they anticipate. What do you think is going to happen when it actually happens? So now they're at war. America and Britain, false Israel was going. Remember, so now you got total disaster in America. Total political, religious, right? Economic, total disaster in America. Social, total. Because now the demons know who, because we don't want the demons. Original people know who they are. Evangelicals know that false Israel is a lie. They can't deny it. It means they have to accept the fact that we are the true seed of Abraham. So what does that mean? And then that's total destruction in their mind. Because now, if we are true seed of Abraham, then who are they? They're evil, wicked people. They have to come to grips with that. So what do? They're not going to change, right? So when they come to grips, that means they know their time is up. That says the devil was full of wrath because he knew he had a short time left. So now they realize their time is over. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go ballistic. They're going to go crazy. And they don't want one of the ways to do it is to get rid of us. I mean, they want to survive. So, hey, what are we going to do? Well, if we get rid of them, I mean, it's going to be crazy in this country. And demons are going to be running around crazy. Wow. Because now they rejected by us and rejected by Master too. And Master ready to try to attack them. And they was, why you attack us? We was down with America. We loved America. We raised the flag, right? We all the time, right? We would fight for you, all that kind of stuff. You attack us, right? And now they realize America's gone and they can't be protected. And they've been betrayed. Well, how do you think we're going through their mind? And now America's at war. And now all the enemies are turned against them. Because now they're at world war, worse than any war they've ever been in. And now all the enemies turned against them. They war Russia and EU. EU was NATO. NATO's turned against them. India is turned against them. Japan is turned against them. All their allies is turned against them. And now they're at war with both aspects of Europe, Eastern and Western Europe, They're at war with China. They're at war with North Korea. They're at war with India. They're at war with everybody. Everybody's going to turn against them. And everybody's closing in. And then when they go to pull out, right, their 45, their Uzi, they found that it's full of blanks. Their nuclear arsenal has been disarmed. What you think it's going to be like here when they find that one out? He said there's strong men be hiding in alleys, holding their groins like women, scared to death. They're strong men, they're SEALs, they're special forces, Green Beret, sit right hiding in the corner, holding their groins. So why is every man holding their groins? They're scared to death. Because everybody's closing up and they've been disarmed. They already got the ass kicked in the Middle East. And then you're going back over there. After they saw what Farah can do, and that image closing in on them. And says China, India's going to come across the Pacific full of wrath. Full of wrath. And they already don't want to mess with China. You see, they've had deal with China. Every time they came and had conflict with China, they always lost. That's how China stopped them in Korea. China stopped them in Vietnam. They remember the Mongols. When the Mongols came off the steppe and went through Europe like a knife through toilet paper. Nobody could stop them. I mean, they didn't just they didn't just fight. I mean, they pretty much walked through because they walked all over the European armies. Only time they got some resistance when they moved into the Middle East. Those brothers in the Middle East, right? They fought hard, but they couldn't stop them either. These Mongolians, the Chinese, the Orientals. Only one stopped was the Mamelukes, which was your ancestors, brothers that was captured as children, raised up as soldiers. See, as Muslim. The Muslims over there, they kidnapped these children out of Africa, raised them as Muslim soldiers. There was a soldier slaves, and they was bad. They was tough. And when their term of service was over, they moved back to the side. There was no racism, discrimination. They moved in, but they were doing their time of service. They was slave army. And when Genghis Khan ran to them on the north coast of Africa, right? They shut him down. They shut Genghis Khan down, whooped his ass, sent him back to the steppe. Those brothers did that. See, they don't want you to know that kind of history. They tell, oh, the Mamluks were, no, the Mamluks were you. They don't want you to know it because if they know you're the toughest army on the planet once you unite. That's their dread. Don't let these niggas unite. No, don't let that happen. Okay, so now they're at war. As it goes, they're at war. And we safely, those elect that was in the Lamb's Book of Life, we're safely in the Middle East. We've already taken our land back. We got the Levites, they still going through tribulation over in America. See? And we got the story about, they being chased by Pharaoh's armies, and they get to the sea, and then the Red Sea had to be parted, right, so you get through. Well, that's 2 or 3 different implications. I'm going to talk about one. But yeah, they're going to be chased, trying to clean up our people, trying to make them white, get them back on time, understand what time it is, and they'll be chased to the West Coast. That's where they'll be delivered at. Because it says, at that point, Pharaoh's going to make an agreement, because he's the one that's guiding China and India into destroy America. He's the one that's encouraging them to do it, influencing them to do it. So when they get there, those that went through tribulation, the Levites, and the rest of Israel that they had to bring up, bring up to speed, then they're told let them through. Because they all massed. They got their navy and everything massed around the West Coast. Let them through. Remember? America's disarmed. They don't have no nuclear weapons. Let them through. And then they close in. They close on the Pharaoh's armies. That's when they invade America. That's the ram and the goat. They invade America, take it down. Take it down, totally. The demons here, they're going to be going down with them. The demons will be tearing America up from inside, and China will be coming from the outside, tearing it up. Total disaster. What's about to hit this place, and you out of time, you over here talking that BS. You do not want to go to tribulation. Some of you will be delivered out of it, right? Through it. But you don't want to go through it. If you had any idea what, that's why I call it Great Tribulation, any idea what it was about, you wouldn't want to go through it. And then finally, the final battle. Because after they take down America, then they take down Europe. China, India, and non-Islamic Africa. They'll be alongside us, chapter 17. That'll be led by Obama, your man. He'll be leading non-Islamic Africa, and he's going to be with China, India when they invade America. And then after they take down America, they take down Europe. Then they get fights amongst themselves for predominance. Who's going to be the greatest? And Africa prevails. That makes Obama the chief dog, the big dog. He's got possession of almost all of the planet Earth, all the nations except for us in the Middle East, over there in Arabia. That's the only one he has possession of. And he's got billions of men, men and women. He got the Chinese army, he got the Indian army, he got all the African army, all that. He got all control of that. Only thing they have control over is us. That's why I said when they see Israel in peace, security, no walls, that's when they come after us. Said it'd be 6 months to bury the dead. It's such a terrible war. Farah is our protection in front of air. Suleiman or Joshua will be the general on the ground. It'll be a war like we've never seen. It'll be outnumbered maybe 100 to 1. That'll be the last war. See? It'll be China, India, and non-Islamic Africa. Africa will break up. It's about to break up. When this war in the Middle East is over, non-Islamic Africa is going to break up into 2 regions: Islamic Africa and non-Islamic Africa. It's not going to be all these different countries anymore. And Obama, he's going to take, and he's going to lead non-Islamic Africa. Okay, brothers, I hope you understand. This is where we are. These enemies, this is the war. And we're not talking about 10 years. We're talking about this year. This year. It says, America chapter 18, in one day. Now, 1 year, all that stuff going to happen to her. But with a 6-month delay. I told you November, it'll be a 6-month delay. That'll put you what? I said between 5 and 7 months, which is 6 months, right? And that'll put you at May. Add it up. I said it back there. We had the videos to prove it. And that's the war started. And it says the first would be, it'd be phases. And so the next phase is about to kick in. They're desperately trying to get this JCPOA going and everything else, right? But Israel keeps attacking Iran. It's just a matter of time. And that days away, maybe before I finish this presentation, but we're days away. And I'm virtually sure we're talking about this month. Okay, brothers and sisters, hope you understand. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I think that's all to be said here. Make sure there's nothing else. Let me do that. Yep, there it is. That's the war. We're in it now. It's already started. Those of you who are on top of the angel, you're not hear the faintest sound of raging wars of hell. You'll be delivered. Okay? But Nation of Islam is about to fall. Farrakhan's Nation of Islam is about to crumble. So we take that, the ancient days will set once their thrones are cast down. It's going to clean it up, prepare for the tribulation. So brothers and sisters, we got bigger things to think about than little petty things that between us. Because once we out here, those things will disappear. Like I said, right now, we over here, we've been influenced because we're in the den of the beast. And his wicked heart has influenced ours because all hearts, they connected. Like music, somebody play music that you like, man, all of a sudden you start moving, grooving. I mean, it's just music, sound, right? You don't like it, a whole different thing. So their hearts are beating on a very weak, wicked frequency. See? So it's affecting ours. But our hearts is boosting up their frequency to make them seem more human, while they're making us seem more beastly. You have to get away from them. So when you get back home, all that's gone. So focus on right now, brothers and sisters, on our brothers and sisters out here that's still in the darkness. Focus on them. Don't be focusing on the little petty stuff that's going on between us. I know that's going to be resolved. We suffer a lot. All of us suffered on the journey here. All of us. That's why we make a slots and everything to remove those dents, dent remover. That we put on our hearts over time. But we have to put that aside right now because our people need us. And we're wasting valuable time, right? See, picking, disputing everything with each other when our people need us. 100% we need to be focused on that. If we're 100%, you don't have time for all this bickering, all this other stuff. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Because it's critical times. We want to save our people. They already put the work in. They already did the sacrifice. They deserve our 100% of attention. If Allah has blessed you to wake you up to see this, that means you have a responsibility. I don't want to put too much on you, brother and sister. You understand? But that's the ways on all that. So we all here to stay together. So no matter what you are, we're all in here. We're all under this pressure together. So it's not any better. It's not any better than anybody. So that's the deal. We went through slavery, right? All of us suffered it. The women suffered more than we did, but we all suffered it. And that was part of the condition. So right now, the condition, right, we're under extreme pressure right now, right? Our people are under extreme pressure, and we need to alleviate that pressure from them. And you know how to alleviate it from yourself because I've given you the tools to do it. But we need to rescue our people. They already paid the price. So it's our duty, right, to wake them up. They didn't go sleep on their own. They went to sleep because the enemy put them to sleep. So we got to wake them up. We got to focus on 100%, not bickering and stuff between us. We got to focus on 100%. 100%. We owe that to them. See? Because how did you wake up? Because I've been focused on 100% for over 30 years. I ain't let anything stop me, slow me down. And I've suffered all kinds of stuff, family and everything else. So I set the example. So you be an example, because when they come in, they're going to need your 100% focus. We can worry about all the little petty little stuff when we get home, because actually that's just going to disappear. That stuff's going to disappear, right? Just like the darkness at dawn. It's just going to disappear. Because it wasn't us anyway. It was because we was here amongst this beast. Like you're in a pig pen. All you got to do is get out of the pig pen to get in the shower. And all that pig stuff disappears. But you got to get out the pen and take a shower. So we got to get out of here. And Suleiman and Master Muhammad have all the soap and water you need. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.